Good, very good. My name's David Rundle. I'm the General Manager at Suncamper. I'll Cam out with all the things he doesn't like to do, so he can build quality motorhome. That's the plan anyway. So I just wanted to extend a very warm welcome to our existing customers, our future customers, our suppliers, and of course our staff. And I think it's going to be a great day and a great launch. What's behind me. I think it's important to acknowledge that we have the whole Harrison family here. Suncamper's been in operation for nearly 45 years. Keith is here somewhere. Where are you, Keith? There. So Keith handed over to Cameron late last year, was it? Officially? Something like that. And he goes to Penang to retire, and he doesn't retire. He just keeps building motorhomes over in Penang now. So anyway, it must be in the blood, and it's in Cameron's blood, I know for sure. So without further ado, I'll hand over to Cameron to explain a little bit more about what we've got in store for you.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks, David, and thanks to all the staff for actually putting this together. It's been a lot of hard work behind the scenes to actually put on an event like this, and thanks everyone for setting your alarm clocks early this morning and coming. Made it super helpful, everyone actually getting here on time and getting everyone to the stand. So, as David mentioned, we've been building motorhomes for a very long time. We continually like to develop our range, and a lot of that comes from you guys. It's customer feedback. We're continually seeing how our customers use their vehicles, where they go, how they use them, what features they use, what they don't use. It's a big part of how we develop our models. We went through a bit of a revamp. We actually looked at our whole entire model lineup, and we didn't actually just look at our model lineup, we looked at everyone else's. So we wanted to see what was available in the market, what are the key features that people are looking for, and make sure that we maintain that as a part of our range. There are a few other models that we had that we sold occasionally. They ended up getting culled. The main reason was so that we could focus our attention on building a good quality product in our current range. With a lot of that development, there's been a lot of new technology that's come into play over the last couple of years, and the more trending items that were coming from our customers, people wanted to be able to travel further, stay longer, but it was this new wave of customer that they wanted to be able to bring their hairdryer camping. They wanted to be able to turn the air conditioners on. They wanted to make a toasted cheese sandwich in a plug-in Jaffa light. I'm a little bit more old school. I like the iron one and on a cast iron pot, but we needed to deliver products suitable for our customers and what they were asking for. We've gone through each individual model and looked to where we can actually add value in the product for the customers at the end, mainly to make it a better experience while you're travelling around. We do have a great range here. A few years ago we split it up into compact, mid-size and large to simplify it. We had 13 models and 13 different sizes. Now we have 3 different sizes, and it really simplified that. We do have a couple of the compact motorhomes here. They're all 5.8 metres. Then we jump up a metre, 6.8 metres for the Saxby range, and then 7.8 metres for the Sovereign range. We still do a lot of customisation work as well. We're about to start a mobile showroom. We're doing some talking to a mobile dental company. We do medical vans and all sorts of things. So just because it's not part of our range doesn't mean we can't do it either. Dad always had a line that I always liked to use, but we're big enough that we can, but we're small enough that we can care. But today is about showing you guys the new range, the new models, the tweaks that we've done. But I'm going to pass it over to Connor, and he's going to run through a few of the features of the Sherwood R2, and then Michael, and we'll go through some of the others. Just to actually let you know about that model change, we used to be called the R series. It's now the second version, R2. E-Series, E2. We try to keep it nice and simple, but as they develop over years to come, that's how we're going to keep changing our model name. So here's Connor.
Hey guys, don't know if you can see me down the back, but I'm over here. So this is our R2, as Cam said, it is the new version of the R series. It is our entry-level camper. It is our compact motorhome, 5.8 metres long. It is based on a 2x4 chassis. You can either have that on a 2x4 petrol Hilux or the 2x4 diesel Ranger. They both come with a GVM upgrade on them, coming as standard with 3500 coming as standard on the Ford, 3180 on the Hilux itself. What we have done in the inside here is there is a brand new colour range on the inside. You still have all of your basic amenities in terms of a kitchen. You have a 105 litre compressor fridge, 3 litre gas burner, as well as still a functional bathroom. It is the smallest motorhome on the market with a shower toilet, with a 19 litre cassette toilet in there. It is your baseline, so you can take it up from here. There are options that can be added to it. For example, awning and solar can be added to it. It has 120 amp hours battery to start with. It is a very easy drive and great for those looking to get into motorhoming. One of the big upgrades that we have done on this unit is we've added a DC to DC charger, allowing for charging from the car to the motorhome itself. We've also we've upgraded the amperage on the charger from 22 amps to 30 amps. That pretty much covers the R2. Now I'll throw over to Michael with the E2.
Morning everyone, for those who don't know me, I'm Michael, I'm the head of sales at Suncamper. So I'm here to show you the Sherwood E2. The Sherwood E has been probably our best design from the get-go. The design has the cafe style dinette at the rear and the pull-out pocket table. When that's tucked away, you get nice floor space, open space there. But the panoramic windows at the back there, they're one of the great features of this. On a natural light, when you open them out, you've got a lot of natural airflow. All got built-in screens and blinds and all that sort of stuff as well. Your bed made up all the time over the cab, so you don't have to worry about making up your bed every night, that sort of stuff. We've used this floor plan essentially to develop the R and also the Conqueror because it is such a good floor plan to work with. We've got some things that are optional on the R standard, so things like the awning is standard, the solar, the additional things that you get over and above just to make it a much nicer motorhome with all the bits and pieces that you want in there. But some of the improvements that we've made on R2 or E2 is upgraded the batteries now, so you get 2 batteries as standard, you get 2 solar panels as standard. Things like the access hatch on the outside is now a standard feature. We've improved the bathroom with a new drop-down sink, and which I feel made a lot more space in the bathroom, made it a much more usable space. We've also played with the lighting, some of the timbers and some of the finishes inside to make it feel a lot nicer and give it a more modern feel as well. So it's a really nice base to start with, and it's got most of the things that you want, but there's still quite a few options that are still available if you do want to spec it up with some more stuff inside as well. As Connor mentioned, it's also available on the Hilux or the Ranger in the 4x4. The Hilux has the 2.8 turbo diesel, the Ranger has the bi-turbo 2 litre. It's both very capable four-wheel drives and still very capable four-wheel drives with the motorhome in the back as well, as a lot of our owners will tell you. But I'll throw you over to Connor now again on the Saxby. They're only through the mid-range.
Hey guys, me again. We're over here with the Saxby now. This Saxby is our mid-size range. It measures in at 6.8 metres long, so it's kind of the in between a compact motorhome and our large luxury cruiser, which is the Sovereign next to me. It is perfect for those who want that little bit of in between, and we give that with your ranges of chassis that are available. We give it on either the Iveco and the Mercedes, which are both rear-wheel drive chassis, just helping you push yourself up the pool rather than pulling it like a front-wheel drive vehicle does. With the Saxby range, we've culled it down to 2 models. This one here being the V2, which is was an upgrade on our most popular model, the V series. With the V2, we have a large club lounge at the rear with panoramic windows. As you've noticed, panoramic windows are a big feature throughout the motorhomes here, allowing you to pull up to your favourite location, park on the beach and get great access. We've also put the bed above with an electronic drop down so that you can store it as you park up and you don't have to interfere with your daytime setup, and you can just drop down. It also situates as a bunk, so you can also turn the club lounge into a bed down below and have dual bunk beds for a 4-berth motorhome. Heaps of storage in this model. We've got a large tunnel boot going across the rear, as well as there's heaps of storage in the kitchen and throughout the motorhome. We have a 3-burner cooktop, 150 litre fridge in this model, as well as a separate shower toilet, which has been upgraded to include various items. At the front end, as I mentioned before, it's on the Iveco and Mercedes, but with the we have born-in and outside living as well as various amenities that you can put on the outside. I'll throw it over to Michael for our largest.
So with the Sovereign, it's our largest motorhome. If you want that little bit more space inside, you want that little bit more cargo space, this is the car for you. 7.8 metres long. We do offer it on either the Iveco or the Mercedes-Benz chassis, and we keep them at 4495, so you can still drive this on a regular C-Class driver's licence. You don't need to upgrade. Although we can upgrade these to 5.2 tonne if you do want to go and get an LR licence and have just that little bit more GBM to play with. Sovereign, this is the Q. We have also retained the Sovereign P in our large range as well, so the 2 different floor plans. This one appears to be the most popular, with its island bed at the back, the dinette at the front with the front seats that swivel to become part of that dinette. It's got the separate shower and toilet inside, and the bathroom door actually closes that area off to make it more or less a 2-room motorhome, which is fantastic if someone wants to stay up and someone wants to go to bed. Some of the improvements we've made with the Q2, we've upgraded the battery, we've upgraded the solar, so you now get lithium batteries standard, you get more solar standard. It comes with leather, it comes with stone bench top, so you've got that luxury in there as well. It's got this huge tunnel boot through the back there, which we've installed a washing machine as part of the new upgrades that we've done. We've also changed around. We used to have a little barbecue in this aisle and the TV and the entertainment system in the back. We've just switched those around to make that a bit more practical and increase the size of the pull-out barbecue that we do on this one. And we've also added electric awning on this model, so it's really now is the ultimate of our luxury range. But I'll throw you back to Cameron now. He's going to tell you all about the one you've been waiting for.
So, just to cover off what Michael did mention, all of these are car licensed vehicles. Here is the option to take that to a light rigid. Available on Ford and Toyotas, 2-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive, available on Ivecos and Mercedes. All of the components that have actually gone together in these motorhomes, we've got a lot of our suppliers here. So if you've got specific questions, whether it's about the Iveco or the Mercedes or the electrical systems, the battery systems, whatever it may be, just reach out to one of our staff members and they'll be able to put you in touch with the right person that can answer any of your questions. But this guy behind me, a few years ago, we developed the Sherwood Conqueror, and we essentially got our best-selling vehicle, which was the Sherwood E-Series at the time. We're known for building compact off-road motorhomes. We found a lot of people were optioning it up, so we essentially got our options sheet for a Sherwood E-Series. We ticked every option that was on there, and then we kept on adding more and more and more. And that was part of the kind of design idea that was for the Sherwood Conqueror. It was more. We wanted to travel further, and once we were there, we wanted to stay longer. So there was lots of upgrades that we did to the actual truck as well as the house. Now, the Sherwood Conqueror very quickly became our bestseller, mainly because from a customer's point of view, you just bought it, you didn't have to do anything because it already had it. It did everything, and it had everything. Over the last couple of years, as I said, some of the requests from customers had started to change. They had wanted more, they asked for more, they wanted more, and that was where we started to look at it again, and we went, well geez, we ticked off all the boxes, how do we do more? It was a bit of an overhaul that ended up happening that's now launched the Conqueror 2.0. With it, one of the main features that we ended up doing, we increased the overall height of the unit. Not by much, it was only 100 mil. But by doing that, it allowed us to add more storage, allowed us to add more water, allowed us to add more battery power. We also changed the shape of the top so that we could get more solder. So everything around this unit was designed more, essentially. That's the easy way. But we're going to try pull this sheet off it. I'm crossing my fingers that it works out really well. I might give them a little bit of a wide berth. But with the actual unit, this one here, go for it. This one here we built on the Toyota Hilux 4-wheel drive. It is available on the Ford Ranger as well. With the actual truck, we did quite a fair few modifications to it. It has had a GVM upgrade, which gives you extra carrying capacity. I should just keep saying more, because everything's just more with this unit. But it's some of the glue's still drying on it. But so we did a GVM upgrade. This unit here, it's above 3.6 tonnes. The Ford Ranger now can go up to 3,800. We changed the front end look of the vehicle to make it look a little bit different to our other 4-wheel drives. It's got a lightweight alloy bull bar. There's a winch that's standard, UHF radio. There's enough driving lights on the front of it to cook a barbecue. Each one of those spotlights can actually see 1.8 kilometres. It's not so great up James Roos Drive, but when you're in the outback where it's designed to travel, absolutely fantastic for night driving. We've done the extension tow mirrors, there's tyre pressure monitoring systems, there's a long range fuel tank. Reverse cameras are standard in the car. There's also integrated bash plates underneath the front lightweight bull bar. With the motorhome side, as I said, we've increased the overall ground height by 100 mil. It's given us increased departure angles at the back for better 4-wheel driving. It's also allowed us to up our water capacities. We now have a 95 litre freshwater tank and then an 85 litre dedicated drinking water tank. So they are completely separate systems. Separate tanks, separate pumps, separate filters, separate taps. But it does mean while you're in the outback, you're confident drinking your water, it's not going to give you an upset stomach or anything like that. While we're talking about the plumbing system, over the other side, and you can see it later on, we've done a dedicated plumbing hatch. Now inside that, you've got your water fillers for both tanks, but one thing that I'm not too sure if we're the first to do it. I'd love to claim it, and Malcolm might be able to correct me because he knows motorhomes better than anyone else here. But we've done a filling system that means you can now fill your water tanks under mains pressure. So those that own motorhomes, you can connect the motorhome via a tap, a hose fitting via a tap, and that's your mains pressure connection. We've now done a series of taps and vents and one-way valves and all this type of thing throughout our plumbing system, so you can now fill your main water tank and your drinking water tank under pressure. One of the main reasons for that design idea was now we've got bigger water tanks, they take longer to fill. And it is one of those little painful things of using a motorhome. You've got to empty toilet tanks, you've got to fill water tanks, all these types of things. But if we could make that more efficient and better timely for the customer, we thought, why wouldn't we do it? So as I said, I'm happy to claim it that we're the first. I don't know if I'm right or not, but hopefully Malcolm can tell me. While we're talking about dedicated tank, dedicated hatches over the other side, we also have a large electrical hatch. So similar to your work on your engine, you pop the bonnet, everything's underneath there. It's the same on the other side. There's a single hatch and all the electrical equipment is in there. We actually have Adrian here from Baintech that supplied all of this Victron energy gear. So if you do have technical questions, he is the best man to talk to. But to give you an idea, this system, it's an absolute beast. This unit here has 600 amp hours of lithium There's over 600 watts of solar on the roof that charges that. There's high capacity DC-DC chargers, so while you drive, it charges the house. Larger MPPT solar controllers as well, so that you can really harness the sun's energy, and that still works while you're driving as well. There's a large 3000 watt inverter, so essentially any appliance that you have at your house, you can plug it into this. Just parked here, you can operate it off the inverter. That 3000 watt inverter actually has a peak current of 6000 watts. So for instance, you can have your Nespresso coffee machine and you can turn your air conditioner on and run it off your batteries. We are still doing some testing and calculations on this model, but you should be able to run your aircon in this camper in the region to 6 to 8 hours, depending on what your battery capacities are. I wouldn't recommend that because it uses a lot of power and tomorrow you wake up with a flat battery, but you do have the option that you can do it to be able to cool down the space. We've changed, as I said, we've increased the overall height by that 100mm for departure. The internal height has stayed the same, but one of the main advantages to that is the nose cone shape has slightly changed. It's made the bed a lot easier to get into, so it's now 100mm less to get in and out of. It's also given 100mm more space up in the nose cone area. So for people with broader shoulders, there's a lot more space rolling over up there. Yeah, no more headbutts. That's the one of the other things that we've been able to do, we always try to increase as much natural light in our campers as possible. By changing the shape of our nose cone, it's allowed us to go up a size with our windows in the front. It used to be a 750, now we're up to a 900. So it's more natural light. They've all got integrated blinds and screens as well. While we're talking about windows, the Conqueror came standard with a 1450 window on the passenger side as well as the rear. We've now added that to the driver's side. So the panoramic view out the back of this dinette is awesome. There's not a lot of wall space left, to be perfectly honest. We've increased overall storage area, so our hatches down here, it's got an extra 60mm. Doesn't sound like a lot, but it all adds up. We all know that we like to take stuff while we're travelling. We've also increased the length of our tunnel boot in here as well, so you can get sets of golf clubs in there, fishing rods and all that type of thing. It's still got the tow bar out the back and some connection plug, rear ladder access. Our brush bars, that's designed to push the branches out of the way while you're taking the tighter tracks. We've got roof racks that are up there as well. We're getting a lot of customers taking stand-up paddleboards, surfboards, kayaks, you name it, people wanting to take it. What we noticed with our previous version was it was a little bit limited to what size kayak or what size surfboard they were taking. Whereas part of the design in this system is it's a modular base, so you can add extra rails if you like, but you can also change the distancing of the rails to suit what you're planning to take. We often get asked this question. We can walk around on our roofs. We've got a lot of structure that's in there that can support the weight of it. I wouldn't say you could all be up there, but maybe a small portion of us we could all be up there. But it's definitely strong enough to be able to accommodate that extra load. Spare tyres around on the back wall, and then we upgraded our utility rail on the back. So there's now a utility plate. It's designed to be able to add extra items, whether it's recovery gear, outside garbage bags, bit of firewood. You can tie it on and you can strap it onto that rear utility rack. Outside living, with the fold down table, we've also got power outlet USB-C, because that's what people are asking for, and 12-volt outlets. While we're talking about power and outdoor living, the awning's increased to 3.5 metres, so it's now given a larger outdoor living space. And by going to 3.5, it also allows us to extend it out further from the camper. So you've essentially doubled your living space. But on the power side, this motorhome, we've gone completely gasless. Lots of customers are asking us for induction cooking. With the battery management system that we've integrated into this, it allows us to do that. So there are 2 induction hot plates that come with this unit. One of them is integrated into the benchtop, and the other one's a portable one that stores in the cabinet. You can either set it up on the kitchen table or take it outside and cook outdoors if you like. I feel like I could go on all day about this because there's a very long list of features that we've done. But I think the best thing is probably going to be for us just to open it up and you guys have a look. There's been a lot of blood, sweat and tears that have gone into this unit from all of our team. Big thank you to Marcos, wherever he is, for rallying all the troops in the workshop to get this built. It has been a massive thing. Over the last few years, we have gone through quite a fair bit of additional growth. We've just about doubled our output, and we're still aiming to take that further. But I just wanted to say thank you everyone for coming along, and thanks for seeing our model before the show actually opened up. I hope you all enjoyed a good breakfast, and if you do have any questions, just see anyone with a Suncamper shirt. But thank you very much for coming. And I'll just pass over to David. Yeah, I think I was talking to
Yeah, I just want to say thank you everyone for coming. It's a fantastic vehicle. I know there's a lot of blood, sweat and tears going into all this range. We had a board at work where we had like 12 days to count down to the show, and we had percentage of finish. We had a lot of upside down frowns for a long time, which eventually turned to smiles. So and we got there. So it was well done. Well done. So I wanted to let you know this is being filmed, and we will be sending you an email with the whole launch on it. So just to let you know if you missed anything, that will be on it. As Cameron said, please come and see the sales team if you need more information. And the last thing that I have to say is we're open for orders, of course. Thank you. Thanks everyone.